Now, our next guest not only has sold 750 million records or something like that, probably the most successful singer-songwriter of all time. He's not here to talk music. He's here to slaughter Darren Bent. Let's say hello and good afternoon to superstar Noel Gallagher joins us. Hello, Noel.
Well, I'm not sure about the most successful singer-songwriter of all time.
Ever.
I think Paul McCartney might have something to say about
No. Never heard of him.
Unbelievable.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm good. Very good.
How are you, Noel?
Good, mate. Better than you, mate.
It did make me laugh when I said to you this morning, do you want to come on? And your answer was just 100%.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was a crazy afternoon watching it all unfold on the TV. It was. I was saying to my mates on the group chat, surely they won't drop points both on the same day, but for them both to get beat at home by teams below them was shocking. But it's saying that though, right? I was thinking about it today. It's like the mindset of the three teams hasn't really changed, because as of yesterday morning, they all had to win all of their games to take it to the last day. Arsenal were sort of in the driving seat with the goal difference and all that, but nothing's really changed. Everybody still has to win all their games. City won't be taking it. Will not be getting complacent, that's for sure. So it's all still to play for, I think.
No, whenever we speak to you and other supporters of these clubs, Arsenal, Liverpool, I always feel that Manchester City fans are always the most calm. I feel like Liverpool and Arsenal fans always get a bit agitated, whereas Man City fans are always quite calm. Is that because you think you've been there so many times?
I think it's yes is the short answer, but we kind of, when we went through that Aguero moment, and we've won it on the last day a few times, so we tend to be a bit calm about these things, and we've got Pep in charge, and he even if when you watch his press conferences, he tends to kind of play it all down. He's brilliant at press conferences, and he kind of fills you with confidence that things are going to be all right. But we're just like that as a bunch of fans anyway. We're not tryhards, like the other lot, and Liverpool fans and Arsenal fans. You know what I mean? We're quite cool about it all.
Who do you think will be more devastated out of the two sets of supporters, Arsenal or Liverpool, if they don't win it?
Well, I think they'll both. Liverpool were, they want to give Klopp the big send-off and all that. And as for Arsenal, I mean, if Arsenal were a kid in the playground, right, they'd be called Timmy, right? They're just like, and all the other mums are like, "Oh, come on, Timmy, you can do it, Timmy." And Timmy never can quite mix it with the big boys. He's got. He can go there, but he never really gets it over the line. But Timmy is, he's a scrapper and all that, but he
means well, doesn't he? He means well, Timmy.
He does, and they were great. Listen, last week I was saying to you, I thought Arsenal were a shoo-in for it. You know what I mean? They hadn't conceded a goal in about 6 weeks, and they'd lost once in the year. To see that yesterday was quite shocking, but I think Arsenal, once they get to the top of the league and they're out in front, that's when the panic sets in for them. I heard somebody on the radio today saying if Liverpool would have won yesterday, Arsenal would probably have won. Because they kind of seem to be like a rabbit in the headlights.
But do you think, Noel, right? It's a fair point you make, but do you think, Arsenal at home to Aston Villa, they're going for Champions League. I thought that was always going to be a tough game. I fancied Arsenal to win it, but I thought that was going to be a tough game. So it maybe Arsenal fans and the players and the manager are a little bit like, well, we did get beat at home today, but we got beat by a really good side. I just wonder if the same defeat, but Liverpool's at home against Palace, will hurt them even more.
Having watched both games, I think they'll both be devastated, because Arsenal in the first half were brilliant, as a matter of fact. And Liverpool had enough chances to bury that game. But saying that, Palace had enough chances as well. So to see it both happen on the same day was amazing. I thought in this running, well, if Arsenal draw a couple, because draws are like defeats now, and Liverpool might draw against Everton, and if we stick at it, we could probably nick it on the last day. But to see them both lose like that and not score a goal was City must have good karma. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like the football gods yesterday were on our side. But
we'll see about that karma when them charges come.
Well, listen, mate. Listen. If you use that as a coping mechanism, right, as a little comfort blanket, good for you. But I tell you what, if we're getting stripped of titles, we won't be getting stripped of this one. All right?
Do you know? I've never seen Bentley go for a guest like that before. You've really got under his skin, though. You know that.
Good. Because see, the thing about those lot is Arsenal fans is when that stadium emptied yesterday, that's a disgrace, right? That's a disgrace. They were 1-0 down with 10 minutes left. They're going for the title and the exodus started. I was watching it and thinking, my God, I mean, it's outrageous. It's outrageous. And then, I took great pleasure in, watching the YouTube videos last night. And, the word disgusting is used a lot when these Arsenal fans, it's a disgusting performance. And it's like, they weren't that bad. They just can't. Little Timmy just can't.
Little Timmy.
little Timmy just can't win the egg and spoon race. Do you know what I mean?
Has little Timmy got a patch over one eye?
Yes, he's got a patch over both eyes.
You're over there. You're right. You're over there.
The fact you went after him. We'll see what it's like with the charges come.
No, let me ask you a question. Do you think Man City are favourites now?
You would have to say, well, in the sense that if we win all our games, it's in our hands. Yes, I mean Arsenal were the favourites yesterday because they won all their games. It's in their hands. But I think it's not over yet. This is going to be one monumental running because I think, whatever happens is going to be amazing. If City win it on the last day, it's going to be 4 in a row. It's never been done before. That's history. If Liverpool win it, it'll be Klopp's last thing. That's going to be, them creating history. If Arsenal win it, it'll be the first time they've won it in 20 years. But I think for Arsenal to win it, it was like when we were going for the title, like the first year we won it. We'd have never won that league if United didn't throw it away. United give it to us on a plate, you know what I mean? They were so complacent on the way in. There was a couple of draws. It would seem to me, looking at Arsenal last season and this season, is the only way they're going to win the league is if somebody throws it away on the last day of the season or something. So I don't think it's over. I can tell you, up at City, nobody will be even contemplating that it's over. And the shocking thing about is we don't play till a week on Thursday. So Liverpool and Arsenal would have played twice until we play Brighton. If they'd have both won their games and then won the other 2 games, they'd have been 7 points clear of City with 4 games left, which would have effectively put the fear of God into City, right? Because at some point, if we get through Madrid, that would have been a humongous mountain to climb. And psychologically, if you're 7 points ahead with 4 games left, but they both blinked yesterday, and it's not over, of course, because it's not over. But I'd say history tells us that once City get the bit between the teeth, it'll be difficult now.
When City won the treble last season, not really a lot. We didn't have too many Manchester City fans coming on going, we've won the treble, and it wasn't a big song and dance. But do you think enough's being made of the fact that you could do the double treble? Because you're still in the FA Cup, you still could win the league and the Champions League. Do you think enough's been made of that?
I mean, it's just mind-blowing to think what could happen, but I've got a sneaky suspicion that Chelsea are going to turn up against us at Wembley.
Oh, I don't.
I do. Chelsea always turn up again. This is what Chelsea do. Chelsea will throw a spanner in the works. I think it wouldn't be a bad thing. The double treble is not really that, although it's never been done before and it's mental. I'd rather take either one of the other 2 trophies. So if we were to lose on Saturday, it wouldn't be the end of the world for us.
Mm. I think I'm right in saying, you and I were speaking this morning, am I right in saying you said to me you can't see Arsenal and Liverpool dropping any more points between now and the end of the season? Did you say that?
Yeah, I said yeah.
Do you honestly think that?
Well, they know what they've got to do now. There's no room for error. But look at both run-ins. It'd be amazing if Tottenham were the team to put the final nail in the coffin for Arsenal, and it would be amazing if Everton, got something against Liverpool. That would be brilliant. And I don't believe in God, but I believe in Sean Dyche, right? And I believe And I believe that he can do something for us. And I believe in Ange as well, a Celtic legend. They can do something for the Blues.
Yeah,
they can do it for us.
Football has a strange way of throwing stories like that up, doesn't
Yeah,
it? Just a quick word about European football. You mentioned Real Madrid. Before we talk about that, a quick word about Arsenal against Bayern Munich. They've got it all to do. Do you think if they don't get a result in Germany this week, do you think the wheels really will well and truly fall off? I know that's not easy for me to say with W's and R's in that sentence, by the way.
Well, here's the thing. This is what separates these great teams from the very good teams. Remember when City went out to Real Madrid in that crazy second leg?
Yeah.
Right? That was devastating for us. It was, are we ever going to win this Champions League? And we still went on and won the league on the last day of the season. We dogged it out and we won it, right? If that result against Bayern Munich makes Arsenal's season crumble, they don't deserve it. They don't deserve it because, there's no excuses. It's like that Bayern Munich team, ain't all that. They should be beating Bayern Munich.
Yeah. A quick word about Man City against Real Madrid. Do you fancy the second leg?
Well, it's 50-50 game.
Yeah.
Who knows? That game against them in the Bernabeu was it was a gift, to the watching world. But who knows if we score early, it can be another bloodbath. But it's a 50-50 game. You cannot call it. There's too many good players on either side for you to say, it's great that it's 3-3, so it's a one-off game, and they're going to go for it, and we're going to go for it. So it's going to be an amazing night.
And it's always a pleasure and an honour to speak to you. Even more so today on the back of Benny's side falling off a cliff.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you're chirping up for because you're.
Oh, that's all we've got time for. Yeah. I think he's going for a tunnel. We've lost him. No, he's gone. No, thanks so much. Speak to you in a bit.
Cheers, Noel.
Oh, he came back there. He must come out the other end of the tunnel. Reminder: both of those games. Your side away in Munich. You're doing co-coms for talkSPORT live on talkSPORT. Arsenal against Bayern Munich, and Real Madrid, of course, take on Manchester City. What a mouthwatering prospect that will be. Both of those games live on talkSPORT this week.
talkSPORT Drive. Super opinionated sporting debate. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.